Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and I post what's for dinners and different types of cooking videos. If you're into that sort of thing, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and leave me a comment down below if you are planning on trying any of these recipes, and let's get started.
Don't make a sound when I shut the door. You don't have to wake up yet.
First, I have a honey Dijon chicken for you. I had some Dijon mustard in my fridge, and I've had some of that like whole grain mustard in there for a while, and I'm trying to figure out, different ways to use it. And I came across this recipe. First, you're going to mix together your Dijon mustard, your honey, your whole grain mustard, a little bit of oil, olive oil, and some chicken broth, which I just use a little bit of oil on, and water, and you're going to mix that together. And per usual, I will have all links and exact measurements and all that kind of stuff down below.
I get the wine and the corkscrew. You don't have to do one single thing.
And then you're going to set that aside, and you're going to mix together everything for your rub, which is just going to be a little bit of oil, the whole grain mustard again, some salt and pepper.
You don't have to wake up yet.
And next I have some chicken thighs. I've had these in my freezer for a little while. It's another thing I'm trying to go through and use up some meats I had in there, so I thawed these out. And first you're just going to rub them with, like I said, the rub that you made. And then you're going to heat up a little bit of oil in your Dutch oven or a stock pan, skillet, anything like that. And you're going to sear them on both sides until they look like this. And then you're going to top them with the first mixture that you made with the Dijon. And you're going to put it in your oven and bake it at 400 for about 20 minutes. The recipe also calls for sprigs of rosemary put in the pot as well, and I didn't have any, so I just sprinkled some dry rosemary on top. And I just ended up serving it with some mashed potatoes because I had some potatoes I needed to use up and some canned green beans. And the end of the video, I will actually show you with another recipe how I personally do my mashed potatoes. But this was a hit. I would definitely make it again. Okay, so I'm going to make some pork fried rice, and I thought I had recorded the marinade that I made, and I either lost the footage or something. But, when you go to like Chinese takeout and the pork in it is kind of like red, well, it's that same recipe. I just didn't have any red food coloring or beet powder, which are the two things that typically are used in it. So mine isn't red, but it tasted really, really, really good. I will have the marinade link down below as well. And I'm just using my Ninja Foodi grill to grill mine, and I absolutely love it. The meat always comes out great, and I like the grill marks. But now for my rice, I'm getting tongue twisted over here. I just have a little bit of sesame oil and have a stick of butter that I melted in my skillet. I think I made about 2 or 3 cups of rice. I guess it doesn't really matter. And I always pour just a bunch of soy sauce. It's another thing that I just go by color. I know when it looks right for us. I've sprinkled on some garlic seasoning at this point, and I think I'm gonna, you'll see, I guess, how many eggs I ended up going. I think it was like 6 or something like that. And I'm gonna scramble those to the left and then mix it all together.
Wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite.
At this point, I had cut that heat off too because it started getting a little bit extra fried on some of that rice. And as you could see too a second ago, I also threw in some pepper. I have cut up those pork chops that I showed you, and I'll be sprinkling it with a little bit more of onion powder. That was a little bit of garlic powder earlier as well, and everything bagel seasoning. I love that stuff in our fried rice, or we love it. And then I just made these little dumplings on the side from Trader Joe's, and everything was amazing.
We'll have a Netflix marathon, Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared.
Next, I have these thick pork chops I got at Sam's because I was filming my 2020 favorites video, a couple weeks ago, and those ranch pork chops that I made in it, I was reminded of, and I wanted to make them again, but I ended up changing my mind and just decided we were going to make it, or I was going to make a dry rub and put them on the Ninja grill. I hadn't done that yet, just like this. I did it for the rice and cut it up. But anyway, I will have the rub that I ended up using linked below. It was really good. Just next time, half the amount of salt it calls for because it was kind of salty. Other than that, the flavor was great. And I cooked them in my Ninja grill, if you have one, or I said you could do this in skillet, oven, grill, anything. But I chose the medium well setting next time. I think I'm gonna go for medium or even medium rare. Like the center of them were juicy, but like the outsides of them were not. It's just trial and error here. Like I said, it's the first time I had done this. Learned that I don't like mine that done, but other than that, they were really good, and I highly recommend getting one of these things. I know I talk about it all the time, but it makes my life so much easier.
I get the wine and the corkscrew. You don't have to do.
Of course, you have to flip them halfway, and those grill marks are on point.
Just looking at you makes my whole world spin. You don't have to wait.
And as you can see, they are done. Maybe they shouldn't have been quite that done. But then I let them rest for about 10 minutes, and I served them with some corn and just one of the Knorr cheddar broccoli rice sides that I had in my pantry as well. Something I'd had for a little while, I wanted to use up. And that was dinner this night. Like I said, the rub was good. A few things that I will change next time, but all in all, fabulous meal.
Spend all day in bed.
And here I figured I would show you guys how dry it was.
Put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon, Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food.
And last but not least, KFC Famous Bowls. I have been wanting to do these forever, and clearly, you know what? I need a bigger cutting board. It's almost my birthday. I'm asking for one. I cut up maybe like 6 or 7 potatoes that you could see a second ago, and I was overflowing. But I also, let me get back on topic. I grated up some cheese, I boiled my potatoes, and I just throw some butter in there, salt and pepper, a little bit of milk, and some sour cream. And typically I put a little bit more cheese in it, but I decided this time I was just going to put a little bit of cheese since we'll be topping the bowls with it also. And I just made some corn with some butter and salt and pepper, poured some mashed potatoes in a bowl, some corn on top. I got these like Tyson chicken nuggets from Sam's, a big bag of them, chicken pieces, something like that. I made those in my air fryer, and had a can of beef gravy, some cheese, put it on top, and that was it. Everybody loved this. It's definitely something I'll be making again. And thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you. And if you've made it this far, don't forget to comment down below and let me know if you're gonna make any of these anytime soon. I will see y'all next week.